We only have 5 years left to occupy Mars, normalize space travel, and pursue all of the knowledge that we can. Oh yes, we're gonna go deep down in the rabbit hole in this one and far out into space, way past Mars. So buckle up and open your minds because it's gonna get crazy really, really fast. Hey, what's up? I'm Desiree and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to take this whole idea and this pursuit of occupying Mars and normalizing space travel and combine that with what human design says about this upcoming mutation or this upcoming shift in the program that's going to happen in 2027. And if you already feel lost, then take a deep breath, have no fear. I'm going to explain the context of the science of human design and what it says about this upcoming shift in the program that gives this 5-year deadline to all the pursuit of knowledge, but specifically for this video, occupying Mars and normalizing space travel. So what is the science of human design and is it valid? So when we're talking about human design, it is often referred to as the mechanics of the Maya or the science of differentiation, and it's kind of like a new science of awakening. But what I want you to understand and to grasp right now in this video is that human design looks at the world that we live in through a mechanical perspective. So if it helps, you can definitely look at human design as this explanation of the AI program that we already are living in. Now, who designed this program, I don't know, but human design gives us the mechanics of how this program or maybe this artificial intelligence is actually operating. And what's so interesting about human design and how it proves its validity is that it provides every human being with their own genetic blueprint based upon the time of their birth and the planetary positions. So human design does use astrology in a sense, but it uses it in a mechanical sense, and it brings in other Eastern practices and sciences to bring about this whole new way of science or to explain what we're actually living when we're talking about living in a program. See, I told you it was going to get really weird, really, really fast. So yes, human design is definitely a science that's not for everyone, but is unique and very interesting in the way that it proves itself and what it has to say about this upcoming shift in our program in 2027. So if I haven't already lost you yet, then let's dive a little bit deeper into human design. Get your mind out of the gutter. So because human design looks at the world that we live in as a program and through the lens of a mechanical perspective, then it must explain everything past and everything future. And it does. There is a tremendous amount of material about this upcoming mutation or this upcoming shift in the program that's going to happen in 2027. So the whole purpose of this video is to, one, expand upon the discussion because I find it extremely interesting, but to also create some pressure for Elon Musk because human design was already talking about neutrinos having mass before scientists actually proven it. So if you dive deeper into the science of human design, there is some validity here and there is something more. And if human design is correct, then we are approaching a shift or an upcoming shift in this program. And after 2027, if we don't occupy Mars or we don't normalize space travel, we're going to lose that opportunity. And from a selfish perspective, I think that it would be really awesome to see the normalization of space travel or even colonizing different planets. So that's kind of why there's this pressure and motivation or inspiration to make this video. So now I'm going to share with you a small excerpt from the late Uru Hu, who is the founder and messenger of human design, and what he says about this deadline to normalize space travel or go to the stars before 2027.
It's like people who think that progress, so-called, is going to keep on progressing, We're going to get faster cars and we're going to fly to the stars. Yeah, nuts. If we don't get to the stars by 2027, we're never getting to the stars. It's not going to happen. It just won't. There won't be any interest. I mean, as it was, there were tens of millions of people on Earth who couldn't have cared less that anybody went to the moon. What for? Bring back some rocks? $3 trillion later, you got some rocks? They're in a museum? You can look at them and date them? Hey, this is our age. That's not tomorrow. Tomorrow they're not going to spend that kind of money on finding some rocks. Because it's not interesting. It isn't about us exploring the extreme and getting all the detail and having all the facts and knowing everything and understanding it and having all the secrets. This is our time. It isn't going to belong to our grandchildren. It isn't.
So according to Uru Hu and human design, if we do not colonize Mars and we do not normalize space travel before 2027, we're not going to have the opportunity to do so because of this upcoming shift in the program. Now, I'm not like the biggest SpaceX follower or even someone that like avidly follows Elon Musk or even the trajectory of colonizing Mars or normalizing space travel. But from my perspective and what I've seen like this past year is that, you know, Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos also trying to normalize this space travel. So for me, it just looks like this is a mega wealthy billionaire playground that I don't necessarily belong in because I don't have that amount of money. But what I do have is an open mind and some knowledge within the mechanics of human design. So maybe it'll prove to be worthy in this video, maybe not. So because I don't have any connections in SpaceX, I don't have a whole bunch of money, and I don't really follow it that often, I did what most people would do, and I did a Google search because I wanted to get on board, or I wanted to see what was the latest trajectory or where the collective was at when we're talking about colonizing Mars. So after a short Google search and reading a few articles, there was one article that is most recent that I wanted to bring into this video to expand upon this idea of occupying Mars and whether or not it's going to be something that actually happens in our lifetime. Anyway, the article here titled Elon Musk, I would be surprised if we're not landing on Mars within 5 years, dated December 15th in 2021. Wow. So already with that title and the deadline that we were talking about, I'm just going to say here, I have no idea whether if Elon Musk consults with a human design expert or if he's even aware of human design, but I do know that it is not rare for billionaires and millionaires to consult with astrologers and other people that are interested in esoteric sciences. So yeah, who knows? So moving forward, let's dive deeper into this article and let's see what Elon Musk has to say about occupying Mars and his vision for it. Musk, the 50-year-old SpaceX founder and CEO who was named Time's Person of the Year, has big plans for the Red Planet, namely a self-sustaining city with a solar-powered hydroponic farms where humans can permanently live 34 million miles away from Earth. And then Elon Musk is quoted to say, the next really big thing is to build a self-sustaining city on Mars and bring the animals and creatures of Earth there. Musk told Time, sort of like a futuristic Noah's Ark. We'll bring more than 2 though. It's a little weird if there's only 2. And then the article goes on to say that there are other space experts that criticize Elon Musk's vision to occupy Mars because it's very likely that astronauts could die en route to Mars, or that we don't necessarily have the technological advances enough to sustain his vision, especially in the time frame of 5 years. And it's not so far-fetched to think that this whole occupying Mars and humans being a multiplanetary species as something as mere illusion or something that's just kind of like fantasy, right? It seems so sci-fi and so futuristic, let alone have this equipment already set up to create a sustainable atmosphere. So if human design is correct in saying that leading up to 2027, that there's going to be this tremendous amount of pressure placed on humanity to seek knowledge, to seek inner knowledge, to seek scientific pursuits, then it very well is a possibility that some of these obstacles can be solved within the next 5 years. And who knows, some of these answers to some of these obstacles that we're facing that's keeping us at a standstill and not progressing to occupying Mars or normalizing space travel could very well be in some of these pseudosciences, could be in some of these esoteric sciences. But it's just that a lot of people want to disregard it because it's not mainstream. And well, you know, if it's not mainstream, then I don't know, it doesn't satisfy the sheep. So back to the article, other highlights, it just says that Elon Musk is the wealthiest person in the world and SpaceX is worth about $100 billion. And then towards the end, it says that a former SpaceX employee or engineer experienced some sexual harassment in the workplace, and then 5 other employees also came forward. So because it's American journalism, that's how the article ended, and it really didn't go into any further explanation of this whole trajectory or vision of what Elon Musk is seeing to occupying Mars, within the next 5 years. So anyway, I wanted to make this video to open up the floor and this discussion of whether or not you think we're going to be able to occupy Mars or normalize space travel within the next 5 years. And be sure to go over to DesireeClemons.com to discover consultations with me, or to just kind of discover more of who I am and my works. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.